Right, part 2 of the UMC Portal and JKK Mobile live session with the Nokia N900. If you've watched part 1, you would have seen an overview of the hardware, talk about the specifications and some of the good and bad about the hardware. So in this video we're going to try and dive into the software. It's going to be quite a difficult job to do that on the video, of course, but we'll try and do our best to show you around the software, or at least talk about some of the important features of the software on the N900. So once again, thanks to Nokia and the Maemo team for letting us have this for 6 months. So of course we're going to be doing a lot of testing, a lot of videos on it, but this is really the live session that we usually do on new devices that we get, just as a kind of introduction and a reference point, so that if things go wrong we can't hide them. And also to mention, these sessions are unsponsored, so if you're interested in sponsoring JKK Mobile UMC Portal live sessions, let us know. Right, N900 software. So let's start off with a couple of kind of weird things. There's 3 ways to unlock the screen on this. So number 1, you press the power button for a short while, and then you have the swipe thing, which is kind of weird. Why do you have to unlock? Why do you have to press the power button and then do the swipe? I don't understand that. It's a bit weird. Either. So let's put that off again. So the second way to switch it on, and the way I'm finding is really the most easy to use, is this little button on the bottom. I'm going to zoom in. You would have seen it in the hardware video. There it is. You just give that a quick pull down, and that pulls it out of screen and key lock. So I'll do that again. Off, on, and it's pretty quick. Off,
yeah, that's okay.
So that's the nice way to do it. To put it off.
Sliding opens it too, right?
Genau. Sorry, German. That's the third method of unlocking it. And locking it is the slider motion there. I haven't found any other methods, but 3 is probably enough, isn't it? How about the camera key? Does that start up the application? Oh no, there is a 4th. Wait for it.
Oh, 4 ways to do that.
Switch the slide the camera lens cover, and you're straight into the camera.
What about the camera stand? If that's doing it too.
That would be interesting. Hold on, switch it off. Sorry, close the camera stand. Open the camera stand. No. Okay. Oh, only 4 ways to turn this device on, or rather, unlock it. All right, so let's go straight into the user interface. Trying to zoom in, trying not to get too many reflections here, but apologies, you're going to get some reflections. So here's the basic user interface. You've got up to 4 screens of slidable, configurable, widgetable, linkable, shortcuttable screen space. So this is Nokia's, and of course many others, idea. Android use this method as well. Idea of a canvas. In Maemo 6, you'll get vertical scrolling as well, so you'll be able to move around a window on a larger canvas. But it's pretty good. Each one of these windows allows you to put any bookmark from the browser, any widget that's pre-installed, and of course developers can make widgets. So for example, in this case I have a media player widget here, I have a widget for a calendar here, this one I have a widget for weather as well. So, and there's also I have a GPS location widget there as well. And then you've got links to applications. So here's 4 links to applications. I've got email, contacts, messaging, and telephony. And here are some examples of bookmarks. These 2 are also links to applications as well. So it's a pretty configurable home screen type affair. When I think to TouchWiz on the Samsung Omnia Pro, I think how messy it can get, and how I find it trips me up. If things are too configurable, I never settle on a configuration, and it always slows me down because nothing is where I left it last time. But I think for most people it's fine. Maybe that's just me. So on the top, let's try and zoom in a little bit on the top bar here, because this is the bar that sticks around all the time. Top right is you get to your applications there. Sorry, just press that. Get to your applications. There's kind of a weird setup on the front page of the applications because there's no scrolling, and you think, oh, that's it for applications. But in the bottom right, oh, I've just started maps. In the bottom right, he says, can I go back to the start? Oh, I'm going to have to wait for maps to start now. Bad demo. Nokia aren't going to be happy with me. But you see, no holds barred live session. This is what happens. So let me just come out of maps. I'm just going to put it into the background. So there you see maps going into the background. Another press brings me back to the application. Sorry, bottom right, there's a more button, and that brings you to the scrollable applications list. So it's a little bit weird. I think that the applications list should be scrollable from the front, from the first, from the get-go. I don't understand why they don't have that as a scrollable page. Anyway, so there seems to be on the right-hand side of the screen here. I don't know whether there's a capacitive button underneath the screen, but or whether it's just that I'm pressing the far right of the screen, but it's almost like a back button. So I'm going into the application browser there, and then hitting the right side of the screen takes me back. Sorry about those reflections. Alright, moving along the top bar then, we've got the time. We've got pressing any of this brings up a whole set of let's do it, I'll take you through them. So where you can set up clocks, your connectivity, your availability on your networks, including instant messaging, the mail configurations, profile configuration, Bluetooth on off, and GPS. So it's kind of quick access to often used features on the device. And then it shows your network. Here I'm on Vodafone network, and if you press the screen for more than a couple of seconds, it changes into a application-specific menu to configure the desktop in this case. So this bar hangs around pretty much all the time. JKK is giving me a quick reminder in the background that I need to clean that screen. He's dead right. Look at the reflections on that. That's pretty horrible. Right, let's click that. So back on again. So you'll see this top bar change slightly on an application by application basis. So let's go through to probably the most important application on the device. Just give you a quick demo of the browser. So you go straight to web, comes up with the bookmarks, and we're going to go straight into Flickr here. I'm connected over wireless LAN here, so it should be fairly quick. Opening new window, Flickr. This is identifying itself as a desktop browser, and longer than expected. But there's Flickr, and there's Flickr in a fully scrollable window. So we can then we could pop that to the background. So this is where you start to see the apps building up, like on WebOS, applications actually running in the background. And if I had a YouTube video running in that browser window there, you'd see that YouTube video running in the background. Can switch to the bookmark application and back to maps, and all those apps are running in the background at the same time. Whether those apps actually do take actions when they're in the background, for example, whether they release certain hardware or whether they go into a kind of low power state or turn off polling, I don't know. That's probably done on an application by application basis. So this builds up. Let's start up another application. Let's start up the media player. And again, there you go. So there's the fourth application in the background there. I haven't tested how many applications you can get running, but I would say 6 to 8 is probably the maximum you really want to be doing on this. Haven't really tested that, so can't say for sure. Let's go back to the front page. So that's to show you the applications building up in the background. Let me go to the front again. We'll show you a bit more about the browser in a minute, but what I want to show you is a core feature of the online connectivity on this device, and it's basically interleaved conversations, which include SMS and any instant message or voice networks that you might be connected to, like SIP, like Skype, like Gtalk. So we can show you that by going to conversations, which I actually had as a link on the front page. So let me show you if I can zoom in here. So this is a list of conversations that have happened in my various networks. So for example, there's a message through Skype from JKK Mobile. Thought sent me a message. Further down here is an email. No, that's I think an SM. No, that's an SMS coming in. There's a Gtalk message there. So all the networks I'm connected to get interleaved into this kind of conversation view. So every time a message comes in, it appears as a kind of post-it note briefly across the top. You can go to conversations and see what's happening at that time or in the past. Really, really nice feature. It's really deeply integrated into the device. It's a kind of funneling effect. And the nice thing is, the funnel goes to an open plugin system. So if someone writes a plugin for another network, that adds in, and that works in this conversations thread as well. That plugin system, which is really a key feature, I think, on the N900, also works with outputting content as well. So, sorry, let me get back to the front page. If you have a picture that you've just taken, you can choose to share it, and then it accesses the plugins. One of a number of plugins are already installed. For example, Ovi, Flickr is installed, PixelPipe is available, and I'm sure many other plugins are going to appear for things like FriendFeed, Twitter, YouTube. You're able to choose where you want to send that content, and your content can be whatever, video, music, messaging, that sort of stuff. I wanted to say something special on that, but I've forgotten what I was thinking about. Yeah, well, I'll demo it as we come to maybe the photo app in a minute. So that's the two kind of core features that I think are really, really good about this. Now, this conversations thing, this ability to connect to multiple networks. Is my audio better now? This ability to connect to multiple networks at the same time appears in the contacts. So let's go to the contacts. Quickly go to contacts. Right. So my contacts is again contacts. Oh, that was conversations. Sorry. Go back to the front page. My contacts runs in the same way as conversation do. It actually pulls in contacts from my networks. Let me just boost that audio a bit. I think that's dropping out, or maybe that's just my voice dropping out. So you get this idea of active people in your contact list. You can actually have them appearing at the top of the list. So I've got Gtalk, I've got Skype, and then I've got my regular contacts, which clearly aren't online. These are just names and phone numbers down here. And I have 317 contacts in this list here. And I really love the way that it's pulling in contacts from external sources and putting those in exactly the right place where you want to see them. And you can sort those by availability or by ABC, etc., or recently used. So there's JKK on the top there. So that's another very, very cool feature. So they've really done some nice integration on the inside of the operating system, the core of the operating system, to support this idea of multiple communication methods incoming and outgoing, and I really like that feature.
And it has been working great for you. You've been testing quite a lot.
Absolutely, yeah. So we'll demo in a minute a couple of things. In fact, we'll switch to that now. I'm going to show you the device as a phone now, because this is really quite interesting and partly amusing actually to see how the phone side of things is handled. So I'll introduce the phone thing by doing this, and you'll notice that nothing happens. So there's very, very limited support for landscape mode on this device. The only applications that support landscape mode at the moment, I think, are the phone application. and there may be a couple of third-party apps that actually support it as well, but the core system doesn't support portrait mode at the moment, which is really, really significant because, of course, most people use a phone like this, and when you're in a mobile situation, you have your thumb and you have just a certain area of the screen you can get to, and you can only do that in portrait mode. You can't use the device in landscape mode because, number one, it's very unstable, and number two, you only have this kind of corner area here where you could use the device with the thumb. So let's just switch back to the let's switch that phone off there. So there you go. So we'll go straight into the kind of computer mode of the device, but if we go like this, I'm just going to hit the power button on the left hand side, and there's something that says press the wrong one, sorry, try that again, press phone, you'll see it switch into portrait mode. So we're now into portrait mode now. You've got dialing keypad and you've got access to your contacts. So fortunately in this mode things are pretty accessible with one thumb, so you can flick through your contacts nice and easily, and the resistive touchscreen does work quite well here. The scrolling is very kinetic and you can really spin through stuff very quickly, and multiple flicks actually speed up the scrolling. So when you've got 300 contacts like I have, you can also do a quick jump to, say, JKL, PQR, STU on the right hand side of the screen. I'm using it in left-handed mode here. I think it's probably designed more for right-handed people, so like that, to jump, quick jump, and then scroll up and down. But let's take a contact. So let's take whoops, I turned the phone off. Let's take a recently used contact. I have to be careful not to show people's numbers here. Let's have a look. JKK Mobile is a recently... No.
Always recently trying to call.
I'm just don't want to... Just going to pull this off screen a sec because there's stuff on here that I shouldn't really be showing on the live video. So we go to J. Right, we can probably use that. So JKK Mobile is one of my contacts there. I'm going to double click on his contact there. Actually, I've got two contacts for JKK Mobile. Let's try the other one. So okay, a contact for JKK Mobile as a Skype contact, and a contact for JKK Mobile as a Gtalk contact here as well. I do believe I can integrate those. I can squash those into one. It's just that I've actually added those in two separate instances. So what you're seeing is that I can actually, from the phone, do a Skype call to JKK Mobile, and we should maybe try and demo that now. Although I probably don't have your, because I'm using you over Skype now, JKK. I probably can't.
Can call to my second line if you.
Alright, so here's what we need to do is then edit the contact and add you in, which is probably not going to be the easiest thing to do. Okay, let's just... I don't want to spend too much time just doing all the...
Should I call you? Maybe that's easier.
Yeah, I did, but I just wanted to show the fact that you could take a contact and call through Skype, through SIP, so whatever messaging network or connectivity network they are available on, you can call them on that network from the single contact list. So just like before, where we got this idea of contacts coming from different networks, the same happens on the dialer for the phone as well. So I haven't actually done much on the phone side of things, but you've got all the standard features. The voice quality seems okay. I used it today. And well, I need to do more testing. All I can say is that the priority on this device goes to computing rather than phone. So let's come out of the phone and back to the computer, and then we're back into landscape two-handed mode. So there you go. Right, well actually, let's demo Skype call, JKK. If you want to call me on Skype on this phone, I'm connected to Skype right now. I'm also connected to Gtalk and SIP and, of course, the voice network. But JKK is going to now call me on Skype. And
okay, incoming.
So let's see what happens.
Yeah, just that way I'm calling actually from my private line, so...
Okay. We should have a call. So, flipping into phone mode. JKK is calling me now, and I'm just going to answer it. So this is a Skype call now. I'm going to turn the speaker on.
Yeah,
and
here we go.
Can you hear me okay?
Yeah, it's perfect.
Okay.
Loud and clear.
Okay, let me just see if I can get to the mic. So, okay, try talking to me now.
Yeah, hello, how are you? It's fine here, working great. No echo, clear.
Okay, a little bit of a crackly issue here. It's not the quality's not fantastic, but I've got it on speaker mode. Let me switch it off speaker mode. I'm going to hold it to my ear and listen. So how does that sound?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. It was because I was on speaker mode. It was cutting out. Quality's pretty good. Pretty good. All right. So there's a Skype incoming call, which really integrates nicely into the phone. So it was quite interesting when we got these phones. People were asking where Skype was, but it's so deeply integrated that it's not a separate application. And
that's cool, actually. So Skype is kind of invisible there.
It's invisible, yeah. I couldn't find Skype. I was looking for it in the application store, and then of course you go to your instant message networks, and you can connect to Skype through that. It's just totally deeply integrated, and it's just perfect. It's the way it should be. This is one of the best Skype implementations I've seen on a mobile device. It's just seamless. It's very good.
And the notifications from all those IM clients and calls and everything, they fall back on the same place, right?
Yeah. So if you want to send me a message over that Skype channel now, I don't know if you're connected on that Skype channel. Well, actually, no. All we need to do is, because I've got Skype running now, we're using Skype as a back channel on my PC right now. Yeah. If you send me a message on it, I need to actually connect to that other network. Let me connect to...
I can send it to another one too.
Yeah, send it to the Skype that I've got running on this phone. We're running 2 accounts here, so a little bit difficult. You should see the way a message comes in.
Well, it's difficult for me too because it's iPhone and I don't like to write on this. But
so the phone's just vibrated. There's the little post-it note that appears at the top. It's going to fade away, and then
you can easily see that it's Skype chat thing.
Yep. And now what happens is, have a look on this bottom left. Sorry, we're getting a flashing blue. Can you see that? It's going like a little pulsing blue. So if I go into the background, there's the notification, and there it is. Your test, I can type to you, and this is over the Skype network. So I push that away, and I go to the conversations again. Sorry, I need to get back to the screen. Conversations are there. Your latest message is up there. So it's all threaded in the same place, same notification. The notifications appear exactly the same place, exactly the same way for everything that uses this plug-in system. So really cool. Clean.
And there was someone asking when the call came, was there a delay on the call or answering or anything, or was it just like any phone call?
We tested it earlier, didn't we? And it's difficult. I've got my headset on here, but when I turned the speaker off, there was no massive delay. We're running over Wi-Fi, so the latency shouldn't be too bad, and so we'll just get the classic Skype delay. I have to do more testing, but it does seem pretty good.
He was asking delay before it started ringing, something like that. So
the phone buzzed and then it started to ring.
Yeah, so
as the message came up.
There.
No, I don't think there's any issues there. I mean, we could try a G-Talk call or a real phone call. No, let's not do a real phone call. Data only tonight. No, use of GSM networks is banned.
I don't have a GSM phone here, actually. Oh, I have it there, one. Okay.
Right. Okay, so that's enough about this kind of integrated notification feature.
Another question from the chat. Can you send files through Skype?
So then I would have to go to the file manager. Can I do that?
I have no idea.
There would be an interesting one, actually. So I'm just going to go to File Manager. You'll see how quick it is now. I've got a 8 gig card on this. So I've actually got 40 gigs of storage on this. It's unbelievable. So actually you'll see the... crap, I double clicked. I should have... Okay, actually we can do that. So I'm just going to click on a picture. I'm going to pull the phone away just in case it's an embarrassing picture. Oh no, it was a video. Wait. Go back to the file manager again. File manager. Come on, give me a picture. Give me a picture. Video.
And please send it to my JKK account on Skype because it's on the computer. The other one is on the phone, so it can't receive files.
So I'm opening an image here. So okay, let me demo this sharing feature. So on the bottom, the fourth icon along is the sharing icon. That brings up all the plugins that are available. So you can send via Bluetooth, via email, or via service, and service accesses the plugins. So what have we got here? I've only got Flickr set up as an account, so it doesn't look like Skype actually appears as a place you can send files, unfortunately.
Okay.
Right. Not if it was as well integrated as the rest of everything, the rest of the software, that would appear there, but it doesn't.
Well,
so
it's
maybe
the
not.
same on the iPhone, but actually on Windows Mobile you can take pictures and send them through Skype as you are talking on Skype. So that was actually quite cool feature when I was using the Touch Pro 2. So that's something to maybe
think
note
about
for Nokia. That might be cool.
Also note that video calling on Skype is not supported. I don't think there's any phones out there that can do that. It's a pretty CPU intensive job.
Yeah.
The Skype representative was there, did a presentation, the question was asked, and they said instantly no. And well, they said clearly they're looking at it, but I don't think that's going to happen.
Someone is already saying that maybe you should open the Skype and do it from that, but there is no
Skype
application. It's integrated.
Yeah, there is no Skype application. Which is which I think that proves that it's probably not available actually.
Yeah.
All right, moving through. Let's do some browser stuff now. See, I'm messing around a lot with the screen. Right, the browser is already running. So here's web already running. So let's go to a couple of web pages, and let's make sure I'm zoomed in properly, that there's no reflection. So here, Google search. So this is the basic Google page. Opening a new window, and with a bit of luck, boom, that's there. And okay, first live demo on the internet of the twirly zoom. Here we go. Ooh. Much more fun when you've got a picture to play with.
Yeah, put the real picture there, the one we want to see.
This is either going to be a feature that's laughed at, or that it becomes a cult feature, because I tell you, once you get a picture of certain things on the screen, it's fun.
No, I will.
Great pub demo. Fortunately, the volume switch is a very nice, quick zoom feature. So that's actually one of the best ways to zoom. If I hold the device as I would if I was typing, you'll see that the bars come up. Let's put that to full screen, and I can just press the button behind the screen to zoom.
So a bit like on HTC Touch Pro, you have that zooming, zooming up area.
Yeah,
but,
this is pretty quick zoom though. So no multi-touch capabilities, this is a resistive screen, but you do have double click as well. Double click brings it into the nearest kind of column or div, I guess it's using in HTML terms, and it does reflow if it finds a good way to do it. So let me go to Google. That was actually the mobile website, so there's the full website. I'm going to go to Google News now, and we'll see how quickly that pops up, and then we can zoom into some pictures. So that's Google News running. That takes about 5 or 6 seconds on a UMPC, about 10 seconds on the 3GS, and I think it was pretty similar there. So I'm going to double click on this column there, and you'll see it zooms to the column, and then zoom out by double clicking, or we can zoom in on Mr. Gordon Brown on his nose and zoom out again. Bigger sweeps are quicker. It's kind of a weird thing. I find myself not doing that in the train.
Oh.
But it's a fun one. It's a fun one, and it's it can be quite accurate because where you start the zoom is where it zooms. Whereas the double tap is not. Double tap zooms to the div in HTML terms.
And it doesn't rearrange the text like on the Opera.
Yeah, it reflows. It doesn't reflow if you zoom like this, or with the zoom, but it does reflow if you zoom with the double tap.
Okay,
it's difficult to demo this actually. Let's say I've seen it reflowing, but it's in this case actually the link has gone off the screen. Maybe it doesn't reflow links. Difficult to demo. Okay, let's go to the article. It's BBC News. So we're over a wireless LAN here, and actually I want to double check that I'm on the right wireless LAN here because I might be on the wrong one. I got two here. Yep, I'm on the right wireless LAN. Oh, actually that's interesting. There's a nice fading effect on the background when you pull up a new window. The background fades like it does on Vista Glass or Vista Aero. So there's the BBC website. You'll see the bars top and bottom, but a quick click at the bottom right gives you full access to the web page. And really, scrolling around the web page, especially once it's fully loaded, is really, really smooth and really, really nice. So there's that Flash content here. Look, it's a proper, real Flash 9.2 or 9.4. I think it was 9.4 on the 810, so it's probably 9.4 on this, with Flash 10.1 coming next year. It was demoed at Adobe Max conference.
Yeah. By the way, now you have used the Arcos internet tablet with Flash video showing on the player, and now on the N900 on the actual pages embedded. Which you would actually prefer for videos?
If I was only using YouTube videos, the Arcos way is a very elegant and high quality way to do it. But unfortunately, Arcos only.
Others.
Yeah. So, for example, on this web page here, here's an embedded movie, and that wouldn't play on the Arcos device. So it's not. Let me see if I can push this to my headset. But this is audio content.
It was allowed at the time. Now they're saying that's.
Okay, so that's an example of full Flash content playing that wouldn't happen on the Arcos. So, if you're I think you and me, JKK, we would be better off with the full Flash support rather than the Arcos method. But for people that are into video, the Arcos method, the YouTube Arcos method is very smooth, very high quality. So, but the Arcos is more of a home device, so that actually fits with its usage scenario as well. Alright, let's come out of BBC. One other thing I need to show, and this is quite a cool little feature, is the cursor feature. You swipe in from the right, and you see a picture of a cursor come up. If you click that, you see a picture of a cursor come up, and then you get a cursor. Oh, do I need to click it? Then you get a cursor that allows you to select text. Once you get used to it, it's actually a really, really quick way of switching to text select rather than zoom. So turn that off again.
Isn't that weird that actually it gets red like a crossbar over the
yes.
the cursor, and then it's enabled?
Yeah, it's back to front almost.
Yeah.
It is back to front. But then you don't have a long click. I don't think a long press gives you the options. But it's basically Control-C, Control-V from the keyboard. So Control-V, you get a message up the top once the text is copied. Should say copied to clipboard. Maybe I missed it there. Yeah, and then that goes to the clipboard, and you can use that in other places. So and this appears in other places as well. I think they've implemented it on Maps, and there's another, because Maps uses the browser rendering engine, I believe, the Nokia Maps application. So that feature also appears there. So that's really nice.
So copy pasting works so that you paint the stuff you want to highlight and then use the keyboard.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. That's why it wasn't working when I was testing. I didn't know.
Right. So
which is workable, but not maybe the most coolest.
So let's show you going to a URL with the keyboard, and we're going to go to UMPC. portal, so if it's not in the history, it assumes it's a Google search. So if it gets if you can't be bothered to type everything in, just hit the Google search and then pick out the Google search results, which is what a lot of people do even on the desktop. But let's go to umbcportal.com.
So people asking again portrait mode, so we don't have that on the browser either.
So let's demo that again. No portrait mode on this. So this is something that Nokia really are aware of. I mean, it really does affect the mobile usage scenario, because you can't use a device when you're walking along really like that. It needs to be like that. It's a solid way to hold the device. And they will deliver that before Christmas. So it's 2 months away, which it's kind of weird that they haven't delivered it already. But based on the fact that this is really almost a device to stimulate developers rather than to create sales, it's probably acceptable. Recent history is visual. So we can go back across the history there. It actually reloads the page once you go to the page itself, but it's nice that it's a visual history. You can also switch to a do I need to double click? Oh, there we go. You can also switch to a list, history list. I didn't hit the right one. Let's bring the history up. And I lost UMC Portal. Where did I put it? Okay, I have to type that in again. So you don't have to bring up any taskbars, just start typing, and of course it's in history now, so that will load. So let's go to our live session and see if we can see us live in 2 Flash videos and a Flash chat session. This is going to be quite a challenge. So Flash advertising is working. You see that on the top. That's always good.
Let's test the same thing actually here on my Windows Mobile. Let's see which one dies first.
So I'm going to the live session now. This is full of JavaScript and full of Flash. It should be a good indicator of how quickly things are going to load. So the rendering is done. The Flash apps are probably loading now. We're seeing the Flash apps loaded, and now the Flash app's probably trying to get the content. Flash app below is working. I'm going to come into the chat session now as Chippy Test. So everyone that's watching live should see me now appear in the let's just have a login there. Should see me appear in the chat session. That's loading up. I can see everyone now. That's awesome. Basso's at the top there. There we are. Hi. Okay, so that's me in the chat session there. The Flash videos don't seem to have come up. I've clicked on it and doesn't seem to have come up yet. Is this a fail? So this could be an example of where... Oh no, here we go. I was going to say this is going to be an example of where Flash 10 is not working. But if I click the play button here, let's see if I can hear me. This is a weird test. The internet.
Yeah, I'm doing the same now on HTC Touch Pro, and it's loading the page, but nothing yet appearing.
Let's zoom in on that video, and okay, now playing, and zooming out. I can't hear any audio yet. No audio yet, but it's not playing. Wait. Let's get that play button. Go. Okay, should be playing now. Oh wow. Yeah. I'm getting some video. Let's zoom in on that. And the audio is coming through. Whee! So I'm getting a fairly jerky frame rate of, I don't know, maybe 3 or 4 frames a second. The audio is coming through now. Wait, hey. The audio is coming through. So I'm getting a fairly jerky frame rate of, I don't know, maybe 3. Quite a delay there. Your video window hasn't come up, JKK, so I assume that's still loading.
Yeah, and my Skyfire test has been really bad. It's still not showing the video or the chat. It's just showing
So I'm watching live video with live chat with another Flash session loading on a JavaScript heavy web page. This is really impressive for a
Just
smartphone.
for comparing, I'm firing up the Sharp Networker.
Sorry? We can do that in a minute, yeah.
Networker. That's same CPU, basically, but with desktop Ubuntu Linux.
Oh, yeah, we can do that in a minute. Let's go through the software stuff before we go do the comparison stuff. Let me just go to play again, and I'm now going to put that into the background as a background app. If you zoom in, really, it's still playing there. How cool is that? So it's a backgrounded app, and it's still playing. And if I put the focus onto another window, the audio stops. Oh no, it doesn't. It's still running. I'm going to kill that because that's going to slow things down. So that's a really good example of how powerful this platform is, and that was an extreme example. That was three Flash embedded things, JavaScript running on the page. There was an ad running on top, a Flash ad running on top, and of course all the normal content and stuff. So quite impressive for normal browsing. This is so good that, like I said earlier, you just get into those web browsing sessions that can last for hours because it's transparent and no difference to the desktop apart from the size of the screen, and of course it is slightly slower, but it's so much faster than other smartphones.
And for background info, I just tested the Networker and it didn't play them because actually the Flash version on that is 9.0 something, where you have the 9.4, so it doesn't work.
Right. So let's do. A little error message came up there saying web page not responding. But funnily enough, it is actually loading the Flickr page in the background. But I want to switch to YouTube to show embedded YouTube. So we go to the full YouTube website, and we'll pick a video out and watch that. And you'll see it run in low quality at pretty good. Actually, very good low quality, and you'll see it running embedded.
But it depends on the video.
Yeah.
Nicely.
For example, your videos are slightly higher resolution, even in low quality. So I've just chosen the wrong link. I need to just go back there and just do youtube.com. YouTube.com. How long has this video been running? How long have we been recording now? This video has been running for probably 25 minutes, 30 minutes, 40 minutes, I don't know. So we're might have to cut this video in a minute, make it bite size, and then carry on in part 3. What am I doing here? Okay, it does seem something does seem to have happened to the browser here. There's I've effectively lost the browser now. Web page not responding, force window to close, unsaved data may be lost. This is the first time I've ever seen the browser crash in 3 days, which actually isn't too bad for a Mozilla-based browser that I've been really hacking hard on. For comparison, the Arcos browser crashes about once every 30 minutes. Let's start up the web again. Go to YouTube. See if this is recovered. Again, it looks like something in terms of like the input here is failing. I really lost the browser, and restarting it doesn't seem to fix it. So, close application. Yes. I wonder if that's really closed it. Let's go to Facebook, see what happens. No, something. So I've actually fully crashed the browser to an unrecoverable state. So there you go. That's what happens on live sessions. He says as a Flickr window pops up. Yeah.
There is no like a killer switch kill switch, like a task manager to kill the
On
applications
the
fast?
command line there will be, but
Okay,
let's
but
see,
no.
it might have
nothing.
recovered actually. Flickr is just loaded. Maybe there was a something hanging in the background there. Okay, seems to have recovered, and I'm going to YouTube now. Okay, it's recovered. So it was a recoverable error. Probably restarting the browser there. It's good that it noticed that it had hung, brought up the message, and gave me the option to restart or to kill the browser. So full YouTube website here. Try and zoom in a bit more. And what should we do? How about N900? Oops. Searching for N900 on the full YouTube website. Here we go. Let's have a look at this video here, which is a hands-on from the Maemo Summit done by a guy called Chippy. Oh no, it isn't actually. This is Rafe's from the Nokia blog. Sorry.
Yeah, don't open that Nokia stuff because that's really low end. Oh, that's okay. That's okay. Yeah.
Hi guys, hi readers of the Nokia blog. I'm a fan
Because
of
that's
it. My name is Jussi
not
Mäkinen, working
opening
for
that
the
Right. So he can see YouTube working.
So here we have our new
You can see the ads appearing on the bottom, which proves that it's a full flash player.
operating system.
And you can see a fairly jerky, probably about 10 frames a second, maybe even less. Zoom in a bit on that and go full screen. See what happens there. So let that catch up. And this is actually better and now pretty smooth. So by going full screen, it's probably that there were the other content in the browser page, like the flash, was causing a problem. This is pretty smooth now. It will be difficult for you to see it on the video, but that's acceptable, really acceptable.
Yeah, totally viewable. Not
Absolutely.
for movies and such, but for tech shows and so on. So
Yeah. So let's come out of
the
that.
start is jerky. That was my point. That the waiting period on the start, you actually should pause it for a while and.
Right. Yeah, because there's a lot of things happening in the background to download the rest of the content on the page.
This is high definition videos, so you can't play that, of course, and it doesn't even give you the choice, right?
No, I don't think it gives you the HQ button or the HD button.
Yeah.
So let's try another one. Let's zoom out.
So the somehow the flash doesn't even give you the choice of trying to use it.
So maybe it's because it's 9.4 that it never could support. Because oh no, when was H.264 support brought in? Maybe H.264 support wasn't in until a later version of the of Adobe Flash. So N900 DivX. So for those of you waiting for other parts of the software, we'll get to that. We're just going to do, because we're pretty focused on performance of the web browser here ourselves, we want to see how that's really performing and demonstrate to the guys in the chat room what's going on. So this is one of my videos, and this is a lower bit rate because it's VGA rather than widescreen. So you see it plays pretty smoothly from the get-go. And that's pretty smooth.
It's way better than the earlier. It's already downloaded half of it, so.
That was the N900 playing a 4 megabit 4 megabit per second DivX onto a 50-inch plasma display. Yeah, right. So I mean, I think that proves that for YouTube, this isn't bad if you just need to, if you're happy with the low quality versions of videos. If you want high quality, this is not the device for you. But come on, this is actually quite a step forward for full flash performance on a smartphone. Right.
Someone asking to replace the browser URL with the FMT equals 18 to get the HQ.
Could do that, yes. But like I say, I'm not sure that Flash implementation supports H.264. Right, let's kill that. Alright, we're going to take a little break. I need to just have a drink. So we'll stop this part of the video here. We'll go into part 3 in a minute. It's 10 o'clock. I actually have to get the iPhone back to my neighbor. So I'm going to stop this video. I'm going to do a really quick browser. No, I don't know if I have time actually to do the browser speed head-to-head on the two devices. I'll have to do that in a separate video. So I'm going to take a break now. Thanks to everyone for watching. There's 100 people in the chat room. Stay there because we're going to go into another section in a minute.
Don't switch that off.
Don't switch off. 192 people watching. Thanks ever so much for coming along. And thanks again to Nokia for the loan of the device. This is part 2 of 3-part Ustream video. Go and watch part 1, which was the hardware overview. And stay tuned for part 3. So thanks for watching.
And we might actually refresh the feed because the audio is choppy again. So
is it? All right. Okay. We'll sort that out. All right. Thanks for watching.